a championship last year. But then the question is, well, how about Connecticut? They're the 3 seed. We talked briefly with Alyssa Thomas about it. She said, look, we know what we are capable of, but we also respect Minnesota, and we need to take care of business first.
Yeah, she wasn't biting, right? Because we asked the question specifically about that, and, you know, they understand how important it is to take it a game at a time. At the same time, earlier this season when I was here talking to Alyssa about the super team thing, the super team narrative, she said, well, we have to have a better record against those teams because against New York and Vegas combined, they had 1 win.
Yeah.
And that was against Vegas. And so there's certainly an understanding. All right, we recognize that narrative. And so if it gets to that point, It's going to be time to beat those teams.
Allen couldn't handle it on the force from Thomas. Here comes Carlton. McBride. No. Bonner the rebound. Let me ask you, Rebecca, you start thinking about getting subs in the game if you're Connecticut right now?
I think you do, yeah, without question.
26-point advantage with 3:14 to go.
Especially, feels like it could get chippy, too.
Yeah, there's been a couple of chippy moments lately.
Yeah.
And you know what? Right on cue. Stephanie White going to go to her bench.
This is a question for my husband when I get home, probably, but what's the origin of chippy?
I think Steve Russian will know better than me.
I think.
That is a man who...
Better than
the previous player is under review for a possible hostile act.
So there you go. Indeed. Just as Stephanie White was about to go to the bench in her reserves, where is the hostile act? I mean...
That's not a hostile act.
No.
That's just a quick little, like...
There's a little push.
There's a little push. I don't think it's a hostile act either. It's kind of just like, all right, you can stop boxing me out now. You guys have the basketball. Tap. That's how I think that's how it's defined in the rules. That exact wording, Ryan.
I think you're right.
You can stop boxing me out. You have the basketball.
And then tap. Yeah, tap is how they punctuate the rule.
Yeah.
Taking a longer look at this.
Yeah, right there.
That's the push they're looking at.
I just love that the push comes at the exact same time that DeWanna Bonner flips her hair. Let's see if we can see it in this angle. No. Are you good?
Yeah. We'll see what Roy Gobain, Mike Forsberg, and
After review, there's a
Stevens
physical
come up
taunt, technical foul on Nafisa Collier. It's going to be 1 free throw with a new 8 second in the backcourt.
All right. There you go. Physical taunt, technical foul. When they review for a hostile act, they have a wide scope of options as to what they can come back with. And in this case, it's a T on Collier. A free throw coming for Connecticut, and then they'll have a new 8 seconds to move the ball up the floor. And they'll do so with many of their stars now out of the game. Collier out for Minnesota. And Alyssa Thomas, DeWanna Bonner, Tiffany Hayes all on the bench for Connecticut. Oh, Holly, you've done some research for us?
Well, of course I have. I can't be outdone by Steve Russian. Chippy, or chippier, is an ice hockey term using or characterized by aggressive, rough play or a commission of fouls. That is according to dictionary.com, and it is started in Canada.
Wow.
So there you go.
Is that because in hockey, like when you stop fast, chips of ice come off?
Maybe. Now you're asking us to go even deeper.
Next layer.
Yeah. That one you might need Steve for.
Yeah, maybe. But of course, Holly looked it up.
Harris. Off to Brown. Leah Brown into the game along with Nelson Adota. Heidemann, Harris, and Allen as Harris throws it away. Minnesota with the rookies, Uhas and Miller out there. Rachel Banham, Kayla McBride, and Bridget Carlton, the others. Here's Miller, just 1 of 6 tonight, 5 fouls. Can't get that to drop. Nelson Adota couldn't get it away from her former teammate, Dorka Uhas. Those two played together at UConn as Miller unable to finish. Eidemann sings it. Brown lost it. McBride off the steal. McBride had a little 9-0 burst herself in the first quarter to help give Minnesota lead after they had fallen in a 9-point hole. But after Minnesota took a brief lead in what was early in the second, Connecticut turned it on, and they have not looked back since. A 27-point advantage for the Sun, 2 minutes to go in game 1. Statistical night for DeWanna Bonner. How about this? Just the 5th player in WNBA playoff history to have 15 points and 15 rebounds in a game, and it is her 2nd time doing it. So a big night from DeWanna Bonner, who also added 6 assists. Alyssa Thomas had 15 points, 10 assists, and 5 steals. 5 different members of the Sun in double figures. Ty Harris with 12 off the bench. Nelson Adota tied up by Diamond Miller.
Let's listen to what song the DJ plays. They play good jumping songs here for jump balls. Usually.
You may have given up in a 30-point game with 28 seconds to go, but it's good to see that you have it.
It's silent.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
A reminder to head over to ESPN as Eidemann hits the 3, where we will have game 1 of Chicago and Vegas. We just shift from here on ESPN2 over to ESPN for game 1 of top-seeded Vegas against the 2021 champs, the Chicago Sky. That is going to do it. An impressive Game 1 performance from the Connecticut Sun. 90-60 to the final. First 30-point win in franchise playoff history for the Sun to take a 1-0 lead in this best-of-3 first-round series. Another productive, impactful night from MVP candidate Alyssa Thomas, and a gaudy line from DeWanna Bonner. The veteran is with Holly Rowe.
Well, DeWanna Bonner, you have one of the best records in WNBA history for playoff appearances. How is your leadership and your playoff experience really helping your team tonight?
Just being cool, calm, and collected. I think in playoffs, sometimes you can get too hyped. I think we have a young team who hasn't been here before, so I feel like if I can bring confidence and energy, then they'll just follow along.
You guys were really terrific from three-point range. A new Connecticut Sun record in the playoffs for threes. How did you space the floor and operate so effectively?
I think we got to credit that to AT. She finds us in open spots. We owe her a lot, especially me. On the three-pointer, she should have had more assists than that. So just her being able to find us and know where we are on the court and our open offense is amazing. That's what we work on every day.
You had a double-double yourself, also 6 assists. How are you at your best right now? You've really had a great bounce-back season.
Just moving without the ball. Just trying to be hard to guard, being aggressive, and also just rebound. I feel like rebounding kind of gets me going a little bit.
All right. Well, thank you, DB.
Thank you, Holly. Thank you.
Big night for DeWanna Bonner. 17 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists. Our final score, 90-60 here in Connecticut. Make sure you head over to ESPN. Leah Copper, the finals MVP a couple seasons ago. The Chicago Sky get ready to take on the defending champion Las Vegas Aces. That game's coming up now on ESPN. For our producer Ian Gruca, our director Adam Bryan, Holly Rowe, the Hall of Famer Rebecca Lobo, and our entire crew, I'm Brian Rucco. Head over to ESPN for the WNBA playoffs continuing. Up next on ESPN2, it's College Football Live.